I don't think she'll be proud that Madonna put her name on her ass cheeks.
Hi and welcome to Noisey Talks. My name's Alex Miller and joining me today will be from The Guardian, Sam Wolfson.
Hi.
From the Quietus, John Doran.
Aloud.
And a real-life, genuine, famous person who recently hung out with the Prime Minister and has had hit singles and presented real TV shows that don't happen in pubs, Charlotte Church.
Hi.
So there's an American election on at the moment. A lot of pop stars kind of come out and choose their team and stuff like that. Did any of you watch Jay-Z's rather pompous Obama video?
When the president got in office initially, what he represented to a nation of kids were hope. You know, the hope of people all across the country, you know, who would look and see themselves and know the possibilities.
I'm happy for anybody who supports Obama over Romney, to be honest.
Anyone with a heart or a brain or a soul?
Yes, but it was a bit kind of rehearsed and a bit, I don't know, you want Jay-Z to be a bit kind of raw.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think it's quite funny in that as like Obama's star has kind of sunk since he decided not to talk during the first debate, that he's had to kind of really claw onto his celebrity powers.
I mean, it must be kind of awkward when you get that call, isn't it? Because like you've got everything going, you've got buying your new sports team or whatever, and then it's like, oh God, party political broadcast.
It seems to make everyone feel really nervous when pop stars get behind politicians. I mean, Charlotte, you're a pop star, unlike any of us. Have you ever been asked to tell everyone who you're voting for or do a kind of campaign?
It was something that I was always told, you know, kind of growing up and, you know, doing interviews and stuff, never mention politics, never get involved in anything political at all. But then I did a Labour conference rally thing when I was about 14, which was New Labour and Tony Blair.
Well, 14's a bit unfair.
Well, it was a little bit unfair, but the only thing, I couldn't vote and stuff then, obviously. But
you can't, but even if you're really famous when you're 14.
Even if you're really famous. But I did ask Tony Blair.
It's bullshit.
I did say to Tony Blair, do you think it's fair that I've paid 40% tax since I was 12 years old and I'm not able to vote?
What did he say?
He couldn't answer me. He just kind of...
His forked tongue dived down the dumps
and he just didn't really say anything and kind of walked off.
John, does it drive you mad when pop stars get involved in politics?
Not really. I mean, I just think, you know, people in this country have got more sense, really. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just like it is always going to backfire on you.
I mean, who are like the famous people here who do it? Gary Barlow.
Gary Barlow. If David Cameron asked him to do another concert, he'd jump at the chance, wouldn't he?
You probably love Gary Barlow.
Oh, I hate Gary Barlow.
Really?
Oh my God. He's brought so much misery to this country. He's turned that whole like showbiz glitzy like X Factor vibe into a kind of miserable major label meeting where they try and find the new Ed Sheeran.
If you don't look at it quite so cynically, then...
You're in the wrong place.
Seemingly. But if you don't look at it quite so cynically, then also, you know, if you have absolutely any power to be able to hopefully just inspire however many people that you can, you're going to try not to let this man called Mitt be the president. So that's what I should. That's what I'd imagine it would be in a less cynical sort of way.
Point.
But anyway, you met David Cameron. What's he like? He's the Prime Minister.
He's a politician. He was all right. He's a bit of a dork, really.
Did anyone come out in favour of Mitt Romney yet? Oh, wait, Nicki Minaj.
If you know anything about her, it seems highly unlikely that she'd support Mitt Romney and like...
Because she's gay and black.
Yeah, exactly, for a start.
And a woman.
And a woman.
3 things that Mitt Romney's not big on.
Is it just publicity hunting, or is it also like the fact that the press can't even think for a second about whether this would be a joke or something, or some level of irony?
There is no such thing in the press, I don't think.
But I feel like if Tom York had said, oh, I'm coming out for David Cameron, then people would have been like, well, what's going on here? Whereas like Nicki Minaj, people immediately assumed that she was like bang on serious.
Anyone going to go see the Rolling Stones?
No way.
Yeah, can I borrow $2,000?
Yeah, okay, it's fine. That's what you get per show.
I thought it's in it 13 grand now.
They're on resale.
13 grand?
Yeah.
For 2 tickets.
What?
I don't know, it's just a bit fucking revolting, isn't it? Surely they had more money than Christ in like 1975.
He was pretty poor, mind. Carpenter's wage.
It's naive to believe that they would ever be allowed to stop touring, to stop playing records. They generate more income than, say, like all of South America combined. So, you know, I know that when I'm on my deathbed in 30 years' time...
In 13 years' time.
In 30 years' time, when I'm on my deathbed and I flick on the TV and they'll be announcing, like, the Rolling Stones urban STD tattoo tour or whatever, and they'll all be there, and like, you know, Ron Woods' head in a jar, it'll be Keith Richards' face stitched onto C-3PO, and like Charlie Watts will look exactly the same, strangely enough. Mick Jagger, he's already dead. I mean, the others are hanging on, but some guys turn up in a white van at Mick Jagger's house and say, right, time for your vitamin shots or whatever, you know. Why do you think he dances like that? You know, he's just like a freshly reanimated corpse. You know?
Freshly, and I like that.
I feel sorry for them, I really do.
What I want to know is if in this post Gary Glitter, Jimmy Savile, the 1960s, everyone doesn't just get forgiven anymore. Are they going to go after Wyman? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I mean, and so many more. If you read the autobiography of like Bebe Buell and all these kind of like 60s groupies, they just name everyone, and the stuff that's going on is like, you know, it's 13-year-old girls in threesomes with David Bowie and his wife. You can
Yeah, I know, that's, yeah.
David.
It was a different time, they were gods.
They're so...
Yeah, no,
David. I've never heard of any of this, that's shocking.
Yeah.
It was dead normal, and I think the worst thing is continued to be normal amongst some sectors of American rock.
Have you ever met the Rolling Stones?
No.
No, what? I was certain you would have.
No.
Who's the best person you ever met?
That's tough.
Most Def?
That's... No. No, most tough. No, that's tough. I don't know.
Who's the best person you ever met? Did you ever meet Girls Aloud?
I've met Cheryl. I went to Cheryl's judge's house.
Girls Aloud are back. Do you like the new song?
I'm pleased that they're back. I'm not in love with the new song.
Are they your best friends?
No.
No.
I've never met them.
Oh, okay.
I've never
Have
met
you
them.
ever met anyone in the music industry?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have, believe it or not.
All right, okay.
But yeah, there was when we
David
were
Cameron and Mos
when we were much younger, there was some apparent beef between me and Cheryl, but I've never
really?
met any of them.
What was the beef?
I don't
Did you
know.
say that
It
you
was
didn't
just
agree with her
stupid.
beating up
It
black
was
people?
basically just the tabloids making something out of bitchy girls, catfights. You know, it was all a pile of bollocks.
Do you watch the way her career's nosedived and celebrate?
No. I don't. I'm just not very bothered at all.
What you're saying about the Rolling Stones not wanting to do it, I mean, there's a kind of extra level of joy with this reunion that you know that they really
But
don't...
Nadine is really pro it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, Nadine's there, like, trying to launch her theme pubs in America or whatever it is that she does. You know, she's there, like, hanging up shamrocks, and then it's like, oh, the album's flopped. Obviously, Nicola doesn't want to do it. She's, like, trying to be trendy and take poppers and stuff now. Like, none of them really want to be there. Sarah Harding's just woke up for a 2-year coma. Like, it's gonna be really miserable and kind of awkward. And I think that brings
There's a certain type of joy in that.
Yeah.
Right, so thank you to my guests, Sam, John, and of course, the amazing Charlotte Church. I'll be back next time with my guests, Mos Def, David Cameron, and Mick Jagger's reanimated corpse. Cheers.